Hey guys, this is actually part 2 of a 2-part series on the most common mistakes reactive dog owners make. So if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you check that out first. Otherwise, let's go ahead and jump right into more of the mistakes reactive dog owners make when dealing with a reactive dog.
Overexposing your dog to triggers. One common mistake newbie reactive dog owners make is overexposing a dog to their triggers, thinking that it will desensitize them. This approach, known as flooding, can overwhelm your dog and actually worsen their reactivity. At first, when throwing in your dog with a huge group of other dogs, your dog may actually appear completely calm, so it feels like magic. Yay, your dog is suddenly cured. But really, your dog is simply so overwhelmed that they've shut down. This is not an authentic behavior change, just a fear response. Your dog is still very much uncomfortable around other dogs, and they may have also learned you won't do anything to protect them. Instead, gradual desensitization in small, measured amounts and plenty of distance is the key. Always keep an eye on your dog's comfort level. If your dog shows signs of stress or fear, it's important to back off and give them some space. The goal is to build their confidence gradually, not to push them into situations they're not ready for. Not skipping walks when overwhelmed. There are times when skipping a walk is the best choice for both you and your dog. Dogs can take several days for their cortisol levels to return to normal after a bad reactive incident or stressful event. If you walk your dog before they've gotten a chance to level out, they may be more liable to have reactive blowouts, creating a cycle of more stress. It's also okay to skip some walks if you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. Walking a reactive dog can really take a toll, and you deserve some self-care as well. If you need to skip a walk, just make sure you're fulfilling your dog's needs in other ways, such as getting some physical exercise with games like fetch, tug, and flirt pole. Combine that with mental enrichment activities like nose work, puzzle toys, or training games. Your dog can still get plenty of energy out without requiring a traditional walk. Expecting immediate results. Training a reactive dog is a marathon, not a sprint. There is no magic wand or secret command that will cure your dog's reactivity. Remember that your dog isn't trying to be a nuisance, they're just really struggling. Working with a reactive dog requires patience and persistence. There will be setbacks. Progress is never going to be linear. You'll have good days and bad days. But staying consistent is key to making progress. Make sure you're setting up realistic expectations for your dog's progress, and never forget to celebrate those small improvements and successes. They really do compound over time. Allowing for inconsistent family involvement. Consistency is crucial when training a reactive dog. All family members need to be on the same page, following the same protocols, and using the same cues and rewards. And actually, this is why clickers can be so beneficial if more than one individual will be working with the dog. Marker words like yes can sound different from different individuals, but a clicker always sounds the same. Anyway, you'll want to make sure everyone in the household understands how to manage encounters with triggers and how to reinforce positive behavior, as well as how to avoid reinforcing negative behavior. Inconsistent handling can confuse your dog and slow down their progress, so a unified approach is key.
Before we continue, I want to remind you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can stay updated on our latest dog training videos. We do a lot of videos about reactivity and tips for sharing your life with a reactive dog. So if you too are the fellow owner of a spicy boy or girl, subscribe so you don't miss out.
Failing to build focus and engagement. Building your dog's focus and engagement with you is essential for managing reactivity. Start with simple exercises like look at me, where you reward your dog for making eye contact with you.
Look at me. Yes, good
This
boy.
helps to shift their attention away from triggers and onto you. As with any new skill, always practice extensively indoors first, before expecting your dog to be able to practice looking at you in a much more stimulating environment like the great outdoors. Not going to different neighborhoods. It can be a pain, but if you live in a busy area, sometimes the easiest way to get stress-free walks for you and your dog will be to jump in the car and drive to a quieter, more remote area. While it can be a nuisance, some owners find that the reduced stress and manageability of a different neighborhood can make the drive well worth it. Walking at different times of day and different routes. Walking your dog at different times of day can help you avoid peak periods of activity when triggers like other dogs, cyclists, or pedestrians are more common. For example, if your dog freaks out around kids, avoid walking your dog around the time school lets out, or avoid the route where you know the school bus goes by. Work smarter, not harder, right? Early morning or late evening walks might also be quieter and less stressful for your reactive dog.
If, like so many others, you're struggling with a reactive dog, consider grabbing this awesome printable Reactivity Tracker Journal we released. This journal makes it easy to record and track your walks and has spaces where you can record the date of your walk, your dog's triggers, reactive behavior, what actions you took, any notes about the environment, the time of day, and the approximate distance you were at from the trigger. It can be really easy to miss the forest for the trees with reactivity and not see the larger patterns happening with your dog. This tracker will allow you to get a bird's eye view on how your dog is progressing with your reactivity work, as well as notice what's working and what's not working for your dog. We also have pages for weekly reflection on your journey with your reactive dog and monthly reflection. Reactivity progression can be slow moving, and it's easy to miss those small wins that really stack up over time. This journal is designed to help you notice and celebrate the progress you and your dog are making. And this tracker is 100% free for our YouTube subscribers. Just use the link in the video description below and grab your tracker now. Okay, let's get back to the video.
Not seeking professional help early. If you're struggling with your dog's reactivity, do not hesitate to seek professional help. Many people try to go at it alone and only contact a certified behavior consultant when they're already burned out and at their wits' end. Getting help from a qualified trainer, or better yet, a certified behaviorist while you still have the energy can make a tremendous difference and can help set you on the right track before any missteps you may be making become too entrenched. Not managing the environment. If you have a dog who is triggered by people or animals outside the home when they're inside, there is a lot you can do to your home to make it a more calming, safe environment for your dog. Often, utilizing barriers or gates to keep your dog away from windows or doors where they might react to outside stimuli can be hugely helpful. Window clings and white noise machines can be game changers too. Letting embarrassment get the best of you. Having a reactive dog can certainly lead to feelings of embarrassment, especially when first starting out. It can feel humiliating to have people give you dirty looks or foolishly suggest that you just need to train your dog. Remember that reactivity is a common issue and does not reflect on you as a dog owner, nor does it mean your dog is a bad dog. Many people face similar challenges. You are definitely not alone. Unfortunately, those who have never had a reactive dog really just won't understand it. Many people who have easy dogs make the assumption that their dog is easygoing and friendly because of something they did, rather than the truth, which is they simply got a dog that naturally has a good temperament. There's really no use arguing with these people because they honestly just don't have any clue about what they're talking about. So don't let naysayers get to you. Just stand proud and confident knowing that you are doing your very best to help your dog. And that's really all you can do. Letting your dog's reactions ruin your day. I remember when I first started working with my own reactive dog, whenever he had a bad incident or a reactive blowout, it would just ruin my entire day. I would so often be overwhelmed by feelings of hopelessness and defeat. But it's important to put these setbacks into perspective. Yes, your reactive dog can be frustrating. But in many cases, even when your dog has a blowout, no one's gotten hurt. Everything really is okay. It took me a long time. But today, on those much rarer occasions when my dog does lunge or bark towards a trigger, I'm able to just roll my eyes and laugh at him. I may even say to the other dog walker across the street, "Oh, he's such a goof." It's okay to laugh sometimes at your situation. If you have a bad incident that really gets you down, take a break, leave your dog at home, and go do something nice for yourself. I used to sometimes spend the afternoon at the beach, or get an ice cream, or maybe a latte on days where my dog's reactivity felt especially insurmountable. Make sure you're providing yourself with self-care. You deserve it. You're working really, really hard. Blame themselves for their dog's reactivity. Always remember that your dog's reactivity has nothing to do with you. Your dog is not reactive because you are anxious. Your dog is reactive because they either weren't exposed to triggers appropriately as puppies, experienced some kind of traumatic event, or have genetic issues related to increased anxiety or arousal issues that make excitement very difficult to manage. None of this is your fault. It's actually pretty egotistical of us to think our dog's reactivity is based solely on something we as humans are doing. Our dogs are unique individuals with their own experiences, and their behavior is influenced by many, many factors way outside of our control. Try to find activities you can engage in with your dog that won't make you feel stressed, so you two can keep building your bond while you work on this challenging issue. Wishing your dog was different. It's easier said than done, but it's best to not get too fixated on what could have been or how different your dog is from the dog you dreamed of. I think a lot of us are presented with really unrealistic expectations of how a dog should act. We think dogs are supposed to be docile, sweet, easy doormats who cater to our whims and never complain. But dogs are animals with their own set of needs and desires that don't always match with our own. It's important to remember that and recognize dogs for what they really are, wonderful companions, but also very much their own animal. Every dog is unique with their own personality and needs. It's great to keep working on your dog's behavior, but also accepting and loving your dog as they are is a crucial step in building a strong relationship. So if you can, do your best to embrace their quirks and work with them, not against them.
I hope all you reactive dog owners out there liked this video. I know what a trial it can be to own a reactive dog, but hopefully this video gave you some tips. And if you liked this video, please make sure to like it. It's hugely helpful for getting the video out there. And if you could subscribe as well, that would be really awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. See you next time.